discussion.
This meeting is being recorded.
Spring trends and forecasts for interiors and accessories for spring summer 2023 by WGSN. Now, as you all know, in our sector, it is very important that we produce products which are in vogue in the international market and are as per the tastes and preferences which are prevalent in the present times. Because it is a creative field, it's an innovative field, and the products that come out are new and innovative, and buyers constantly look for such products. So any company, any exporter who comes out with new designs, new products every 3 months or 6 months are able to generate good business. This is not new to us. We all know this. But keeping in view what I've said, we have invited once again WGSN, as you all know, is a reputed forecasting agency in the world, and we have its subscription. And time and again, we have been interacting with you through our experts from WGSN and guiding you on what are the future trends and forecasts. I have with me Mr. Arshad Mir, prominent exporter, and he is also the chairman of Handicrafts and Carpet Sector Skill Council. Welcome, Mr. Mir. I have with me our experts, Ms. Urvashi Gupta, representing WGSN, and I have also with me, good afternoon, Tripti Tiwari from WGSN, and Ms. Amla Srivastav, our head designer. She'll also be there to take your
Very good
questions.
afternoon.
So without any further ado, I would request Urvashi to start her presentation, and I would want everyone to listen to her very carefully and note down your questions, which will be taken in the end, right? So Urvashi, you can start with your presentation. You can share your screen and you can start with the presentation. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to again present the trends and be a part of the export community in India, wherein we are giving you the product development insights. And I hope that these are useful for you. So I understand that this session earlier was supposed to be, in person, but whatever happens, happens for good, because we all would have just been stuck in traffic looking at the weather condition right now in Gurgaon and in New Delhi. So just to start and give a brief background on how the presentation today is scheduled is that this presentation today is broadly divided into two parts. The first one is for interiors and the second one is for accessories. Within accessories, we are primarily covering handbags and jewelry. And as you can see on the screen, we have a number of topics that we are covering in these two categories. And the information is going to range right from colors to interior trends to texture, interior spaces, furniture lighting trends, decorative accessories to colors and finishes for handbags and jewelry trends for spring summer 2023. So we've tried to basically incorporate as many categories as possible to be covered in the next 60 to 70 minutes. And we definitely, today's presentation has something for everyone in it. So therefore, without wasting any further time, let's just start with top colors and print trends for interiors. So starting off with the interior segment, because that's the most expansive segment that the EPCH members are taking part in. This is also the first part of the presentation, and we are going to cover the colors and prints for the interior industry for spring summer 23. So in the first part of today's presentation, and with the past few years, which have been overwhelmingly spent indoors, consumers are investing in household renovations and to update and they're trying to update and modernize their living spaces. So color and inclusion of print and pattern are accessible ways to give home environments and the products a complete revamp. And what would that mean for, what would that mean for exporters like you is about investing in colors and prints that generate a very feel-good mood and a welcoming atmosphere. So there needs to be a embodiment of nature-driven use and botanical designs to appeal to consumers who want to connect with the outdoors. Moving on, our first trend direction under colors is about mossy greens. These are healing, earth-inspired greens, which will resonate with spring summer 2023 and beyond. And these shades recall the natural world and are an accessible way to bring an element of outdoors inside. So what we are looking at is that there's going to be a lot of investment in kitchen cabinetry and bathroom vanities in mossy or olive green based green tones. And exporters should look at including earthy neutral tones to create a organic kind of a contrast for decorative objects like glazed ceramic vessels and blown glass designs. And next up, we have tranquil blue as a key color for spring summer 23, which lends an elevated and soothing feel to modern home furnishings. The showcase is upholstered, in calming mid-tone blues, and there is an update of metallic lighting and furniture collections in powder-coated cool shades. There is also an experimentation that has been happening with prints and motifs of this color for wall art and bedding collections. Our next top color trend is all about deep red and berry tones, which have emerged as key colors at the 2022 Maison and Object exhibition. You all know that Maison and Object is one of the biggest interior exhibitions that we have being held every single year. And this color is mostly adding depth and warmth to a wide range of home furnishings. So exporters should try and invest in plush pile upholstery fabrics, which are in rich crimson color for a very luxurious kind of a look and feel. And this trend is also going to be working for an overall color application for decorative objects like candles and lighting designs. The next trend, which is on your screen right now, explores the joyful side of interiors. So, I mean, you can all see that it is such a colorful slide. I mean, we've never kind of in the recent times seen this kind of a pop color or this kind of a play with colors very recently. So yes, try to play around with a lot of boho brights, which have eye-catching colors and which add life to everyday home furnishings. In fact, what WGSN Fashion social media data analysis also shows that these colors are going to be called the acid brights. Like, they are really acidic and very bright in nature. And they have been uptrending for the past 10 months, both in fashion as well as in upholstery. And desktop items and small decorative objects are also an accessible way to test this vibrant trend. So just play around and just invest in a lot of vibrancy. What you can also incorporate is bold outlines and contrast stitching to textiles like tea towels, napkins, and bath linens. And then again, play up with contrasting and clashing color combinations. Next up for you, we have the soft pastel shades, which are going to remain important in spring summer 23. And they are going to have a lot of matte powdery appearance, which is updating the overall color application. So there are going to be a lot of softened pastels, which can easily be applied across categories. And there will be uplifting of upholstered furniture designs. There's going to be a lot of play around with painted wood and metal constructions, as well as lighting and decor. And special mention goes out to the WGSN's color of the year, which is spring summer 23 digital lavender. So matte surfaces in this story are a key, and exporters can also try and experiment a lot with twisted and rippled surfaces for small decorative objects like candle holders, mirrors, and photo frames. Our next color direction emphasizes on neutral tones, again, which are an essential for spring summer 23 and beyond. And they're going to have a lot of rich browns and complex tans. You can also look at, you can also see on your screen a lot of off-whites and beiges, which is infusing a sense of stability to a wide range of home furnishings. There are soft neutral shades which are refining seating designs, including the outdoor styles. There is also a play with tonality and tonal color, which is blocking the subtle contrast. So what you can look at is blending neutral colors with probably pale olive tints for an earth-inspired color mix, which is perfect for ceramic designs. Try and incorporate wood accents to complement neutral tones. Render glassware in soft neutral shades for a hint of color that enhances everyday design. Now coming up to prints, first we have the spots and stripes, which is going to be a trusty staple for consumers. And these are in the current season, they will be renewed in bright and graphic placements for spring summer 23. After this, we will have the boho geometrics, which is just coming up on your screen. And this also is going to be a key trend for the season from a print perspective. Because these geometrics and these symbols are actually, they are going to actually resonate with the user. So try to translate the hand of the artist via screen print or block print methods. Bring this to the mass market, definitely. And especially this is probably very, very important for the markets that are based out of Rajasthan, because that also gives a kind of authenticity to the products that are coming from there. And of course, I mean, राजस्थान में तो है ही ये famous bright colors हैं या hand motifs हैं या block printing है. So that is very important. And mass के लिए चलेगा, मतलब luxury probably नहीं होगा ये, but this would be more of mass. And you should try to look at upscaling by using digital tools. Gift wrapping, bed linen. Try to add some tactile qualities such as laid back look, थोड़ा tufting हो जाए rugs में. Tassels for decoration, and hard goods में थोड़ी embossing हो जाए. So, yeah. And so the handcrafted ceramics can also be introduced from basketry to try and communicate and justify the higher price point if you are looking at that angle of it. Next up is our next trend, which talks more about romantic botanicals. Now, this trend is actually backed by our complete data, e-commerce. You must have seen and heard all over the world, जहाँ पे पूरा time आजकल ये चल रहा है that data is the king, data is the king, data is going to decide what will be the future. So हमारा डेटा जो है पिछले बहुत सालों का वो what that is saying is that florals is going to be a top performing print for fashion, and it will also percolate down itself to interiors. In addition, consumers are going to seek a deeper connection with the outside world, wherein botanical designs will become a must have for interiors. मतलब सब लोग invest तो जरूर ही करेंगे botanical designs में. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि कोई किसी के घर में botanical design या फूल पत्ते वाला pattern ना मिले. So to save on printing costs, exporters can look at the removal of bright shades and instead use a more two-tone palette. So try leaving spaces between print impressions for a more breathable and a more luxurious and a light feel. And give lightness to your collection by stocking blinds, maybe chiffon drapes, embroidered toweling and lampshades. और ceramics के लिए तो matte finish ही पे रुकें तो ज़्यादा अच्छा है. Then for romantic botanicals story, हमारा next trend है artistic impressions, which was also observed in spring summer 22. अगर आप लोगों ने हमारी तब presentation attend करी थी, तो spring summer 22 में we spoke a lot about artistic impressions, which will translate into interiors straight from catwalks. So this included decorative accents such as vases, mirrors, trays, which will be placed in your living rooms as a piece of art and not as a decorative accessory. So for larger surface coverage, try to test washes of color and inky styles with less color usage to make the color collection approachable. And this is really great for bed linen, wallpaper, curtains, or rugs. Next up, we have swirling contours. Swirling contours, as the name suggests, is more about irregular lines. मतलब आपके जो prints होंगे वो multiple colors होंगे, जैसे कि आपको अपनी screen पे दिख भी रहा है. It is very clear. हमने try करा है कि हम imagery के through आपको ज़्यादा ये समझा पाएं. तो जैसे marble में self print होता है या किसी पत्थर में self print होता है, या जो हम जब बारिश में oil पड़ा होता है, so you have that kind of a camouflaging kind of a thing which forms. So इसमें swirls or contours which are completely inspired by nature is going to be the key theme of the season in flat and 3D constructions. तो आप इसको भी एक्सप्लोर करें कुशंस पे, आपके टेबल मैट्स पे, वॉलपेपर्स पे, रग्स पे, कोई डेकोरेटिव आइटम पे. इट इज गोइंग टू डेफिनेटली वर्क फॉर यू. Try to be daring with colors and investigate that high shine fabrics in textiles are going to only intensify this pattern. मतलब इसमें जितनी shine होती है ये उतना ज़्यादा खूबसूरत लगता है. And then our last print for the trend is the cutout collage, which is just coming up on your screen. अब cutout collage again, just the way the name suggests, आपने बहुत सारी cutting लेके जब हम एक नई चीज बनाते हैं, it becomes you don't know when you're making it कि वो कैसी लगेगी, but वो बहुत सुंदर निकल के आती है. So this is all about upbeat, brights and playful cutout collage designs which help to bring a burst of energy to interiors. So try and develop a unique collection by collaging an assortment of past and new artwork. आप मतलब आपके डिजाइनर्स को फ्री छोड़ दीजिए, लेट देम प्ले विद ज्योमेट्रिक शेप्स, उनको स्ट्राइप्स के साथ, डीकंस्ट्रक्टेड चेकबोर्ड के साथ या किसी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट फॉर्म के साथ उनको एक्सपेरिमेंट करने दीजिए. सो ये आपके लिए जो आपका डेड स्टॉक फैब्रिक पड़ा होगा ना, उसमें बहुत हेल्प करेगा उसको यूज करने में. तो जो भी डेड स्टॉक फैब्रिक्स आपके पास पड़े हैं, you can actually use those by means of applique or patchwork on cushions or throws. And for an upmarket feel, for a luxurious feel, higher price points ke liye, try to invest more in neutrals, terracotta or even metallics. So metallics mein bhi bahut khoobsurat lagta hai ye. And with that we come to the end of color and print. After this, in the next section, we will explore about the textile texture trends. So speaking of the market trends, thoda sa data hai yahan pe. So the global textile home decor market is going to surpass $163 million by 2031. और ये cumulated CAGR पे 6.5% बढ़ेगी year on year from 2021 to 2031. So the reason for this is linked to the consumers seeking affordable solutions to upgrade their spaces. मतलब अब लोग अपने घरों का upholstery भी ऐसे change करने लगे जैसे हम लोग हर season में let's say एक नए तरह का ड्रेस खरीदते हैं या एक नए तरह का फैशन आइटम अपने वार्डरोब में लाते हैं. उसी तरीके से people have now started investing in the home also. So what does this mean for exporters and the members of EPCH? This means that you should try and restock core ranges with textile staples in variety of product types and sizes. आपके जो must haves हैं वो curtains हैं, throws हैं, cushions, upholstery. I mean, basically इससे हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि gone are the days कि लोग एक बारी curtains बनवा लेते थे तो वो कई साल तक रह जाते थे. So that is no longer the case. Like carpet ले लेते थे तो वो कई साल तक रखा रहता था. Everybody is looking at variety in their home space also. Everybody is looking at newness in the home space also. Moving on, our first direction is very simple. We are talking about plain weaves, wherein we are trying to bring core ranges up to date with new colorways, and we are trying to upgrade the home, and make it more affordable with statement plains, including durable knitted and woven fabric choices. And the next trend would be, the 3D interventions, which brings digital and craft with tactile engineered textiles. So यहाँ पे precision is the key. आपके जो patterns हैं वो एक से एक match होने चाहिए, कोई ऊपर नीचे नहीं दिखना चाहिए. Begin with contrasting yarns. Intricacies को आपके डिजाइन की या जो आपकी टेक्सचर्ड engineered yarn है उसकी intricacies पे फोकस करिए, उसको हाईलाइट करिए. 3D fabrics यूज करिए so that warp and weft structure बहुत अच्छे से नजर आए. Try to contrast matte and high shine fibers to make form very visually appealing designs. मतलब ये भी ना हो कि एकदम आपके फेस में लग रहा है और ये भी ना हो कि एकदम subdued है. तो मतलब चीज अपने आप बोले कि मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, something like that. Moving on, our next direction is based more on sustainability. So we are talking a lot about organic composites, reducing costs, reducing toxins that are being added to water streams. And for this, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? मतलब कलर से हमारा water pollution सबसे ज़्यादा होता है. आप लोग तो इंडस्ट्री में तो आपको सबसे ज़्यादा पता है ये. So what we are trying to actually showcase in this trend is that we are using a lot of uncolored material. Lightweight cottons हुए, heavier weaves हुई, jute, hessian, wool. तो हम basically we are building this story up जिसमें हम celebrate कर रहे हैं अपने natural tonal fibers को जो हमारे country में ample amount में मिलते हैं and sustainable है. You know, jute is sustainable, hemp is sustainable, wool is sustainable. So हम इसकी hard wearing properties को भी highlight करके ला रहे हैं इसमें. And next is our crafted impressions, which is again jahan pe we are talking about craftsmen, we are talking about the boom which is continuing to infiltrate the consumer's relationship with their belongings. And iska ye matlab nahi hai ki relationship ho gaya to sari umr usko rakhenge apne paas. ऐसा नहीं है. It is about extending the lifetime of an item, but also as a tool to customize homewares. मतलब आप एक प्रोडक्ट को दो तरीके से यूज करने की बात कर सकते हैं इसमें. अगेन सस्टेनेबल है, वेस्ट टेक्सटाइल्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो रिपर्पसिंग ऑफ डेड स्टॉक तो होगा ही और एप्लिक डिजाइन्स भी डेफिनेटली होंगे. मूविंग ऑन, हमारा नेक्स्ट जो टेक्सटाइल डायरेक्शन है उसमें वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टाइमलेस टेक्सटाइल्स व्हिच आर वेलवेट एंड कॉर्डरॉय. इसमें प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ वेलवेट उसकी सॉफ्टनेस, उसकी ड्यूरेबिलिटी, उसकी रेट्रो लुक और क्लासिक कॉर्डरॉय की लुक जो है वो we are seeing a growth in the usage of these fabrics in the last 1 year. YOY growth जो है उसकी वो पूरे 12 महीने में एक भी महीना ऐसे नहीं गया जहां ये दिखाओ कि उसकी ईयर ऑन ईयर या मंथ ऑन मंथ ग्रोथ नहीं हुई है इन दो फैब्रिक्स की. So definitely very important fabrics to look out for and try to create products out of it. Then our next trend also talks about everyday exuberance. अब everyday exuberance में क्या है that consumers are looking for bold colors and textures to explore their playful side. So you can make the most of this direction by designing statement textile goods for surface decoration or passementerie बोलते हैं हम इसको, but fringing again has been showing a growth for the past 8 months on a year-on-year basis. Moving on, the next trend is nature's texture, which is entirely inspired from landscape. This direction can be used to test multisensorial finishes by mixing yarn types and densities in one design. इसमें बहुत use है organic patterns का भी, micro to macro scales और uniquely shaped products such as feature area rugs हो गए, work cotton blend हो गया, recycled acrylics and linen fibers in earthy tones. And the last trend in the textile category is the boucle and freckled yarns. Again, very interesting category, very interesting textile basics. They're being invested, try to invest in upholstered furniture products or stock a line of fabrics for customized projects. Now, this is your really high fashion kind of a thing wherein, you may be asked to make a specific product for only a specific buyer. तो यहाँ पे आप ये ornamental yarns वगैरह यूज कर सकते हैं. Moving on to decorative accessories, this is the top trend जहाँ पे we are going to cover decorative accessories for 2023, and again this will see a mix of aesthetic directions which are evolving across across the category. As the pandemic protocols have eased and we are continuing to, and they are, or jahan pe nahi ease hui hai, they are continuing to ease in most regions. Consumers are now inspired to refresh their living spaces as they prepare for more social gatherings. Aur abhi festive season bhi aane wala hai, so we will all see this. Let's see what this category trends are going to interest the consumers. So basics से start करते हैं. सबसे पहले bold basics हैं. You cannot really imagine a summer trend without colors. तो और pop होता है आपके जो decorative accessories हैं, ये आपके usually bland interiors को suddenly एक pop of color देते हैं, चाहे वो shelves के रूप में हो, चाहे वो accessories के रूप में हो, या आपके dining room में bottles के रूप में हो, या bathroom में आपके looking mirror के रूप में हो. So think about a color driven direction, and इसमें कोई sign नहीं है कि ये slow होने वाला है. So there is a trend which is a hashtag. There's a hashtag trending which is called colorful decor, which has already got some 7.8 million views on TikTok. So इसका जो क्रक्स है या जो रूट है वो ये है कि बेसिक चीज है कि अपनी शेप्स को सिंपल रखें, लेकिन कलर्स एकदम तड़क भड़क वाले हों, इसमें एकदम ब्राइट कलर्स हों. So the next trend is about bringing amorphous form. Amorphous matlab like a contemporary kind of a form. Glassware जो है वो natural aesthetic, naturalism आए. अगर आपको याद होगा हमारे previous presentations में भी हमने बहुत बारी naturality पे काफी stress दिया है कि कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो naturally बहुत beautiful होती हैं. उनको कुछ आपको mold करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Let's say अगर पिघला हुआ कांच है, अगर उसको आप ऐसे ही छोड़ दें तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली एक बहुत ब्यूटीफुल शेप लेता है, rendered in rounded or irregular shape. तो वही है इसमें, मतलब that gives the kind of a artistic touch to the whole product. फिर next है हमारा modern basketry. इसमें हम ज्यादा ओपन वर्क कंस्ट्रक्शंस के बारे में बात करते हैं. दिस कैन बी अप्लाइड टू अ वाइड रेंज ऑफ डेकोर. मिरर्स भी हो सकते हैं, उनका बॉर्डर हम बास्केटरी से बना सकते हैं, केन से बना सकते हैं, शेल्व्स बना सकते हैं, ट्रेज बनती हैं, कैंडल होल्डर्स बनते हैं, पुफ्स बनते हैं बैठने के लिए, आपका कोई डेकोरेटिव एक्सेसरी बन सकता है. सो एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग. तो आप उसको एक बास्केट केन वाले आइटम को आप किसी भी चीज के साथ मिला के एक बेहद खूबसूरत और आर्टिस्टिक सा एक प्रोडक्ट अपने घर के लिए बना ले सकते हैं. So and our next trend under this is about ribbed and rippled surfaces, which is giving a very futuristic look to the decorative objects. And again ये भी एक एक स्पून के उससे लेके टेबल मैट से लेके it can actually go on to photo frames, mirrors, vessels, trays. तो एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करिए ट्रांसपेरेंट एंड ओपेक मटेरियल्स का टू क्रिएट अ प्ले ऑन लाइट एंड शैडो. तो इसमें धूप छांव का खेल ज्यादा है, तो उस हिसाब से इसको मोल्ड करें या उस हिसाब से आप खेलें ट्रांसपेरेंट और ओपेक मटेरियल्स में कि एक अलग ही चीज निकल के आए. Our next trend is dry tactility, which gives the decorative objects a very distinct surface dimension, which upgrades both the sculptural and the functional element of it. अब एक आर्टिजनल एस्थेटिक के लिए हमारा दूसरा ट्रेंड है विच इज बोहेमियन क्राफ्ट, जिसमें अगेन मॉडर्न होम डेकोर को एक ऑथेंटिसिटी की स्टोरी के साथ मैच किया गया है. सो हमारी एक और रिपोर्ट है जो मार्केट रिसर्च के थ्रू ये बोलती है कि फोक क्राफ्ट में भी काफी इंटरेस्ट देखा गया है. मतलब प्लांटर्स में इंडोर प्लांटर्स हैं या वाजेस हैं या कैंडल स्टैंड्स हैं, तो फोक आर्ट भी काफी चल रही है आजकल. सो इसमें हम हैंड पेंटेड मोटिव्स के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं, रेपिटेटिव और ज्योमेट्रिकल सरफेस इंटरेस्ट जो बनाए जो भी आर्टिकल उसके बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. And next up we are, and that brings us to the end of decorative accessories trends also. And moving forward, we are now going to explore furniture and lighting trends, which will work for spring summer 23 as well as autumn winter 23. तो हमारा furniture lighting में कोई autumn winter का special category नहीं निकल के आता है. तो इसमें हम mostly key directions देख रहे हैं जो अगले एक साल तक newness और एक joyful color exploration लेके आएगी. एंड अगर आपने हमारी जनवरी में प्रेजेंटेशन अटेंड करी थी तो हमने पूरी एक कैटेगरी जो है एक पूरे डेढ़ पौने 2 घंटे के सेशन में सिर्फ ये कवर करी थी. सो इफ यू विश टू अंडरस्टैंड इन डिटेल द ट्रेंड्स ऑफ दिस कैटेगरी, you can always check out a detailed presentation which is available on the EPCH website, or you can contact Amla for the same. She will be able to help you. But ये काफी डिटेल में हम पहले कर चुके हैं, इसलिए मैं इसको ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं करूंगी आज. तो एक क्विक ग्लिम्प्स है की डायरेक्शंस के लिए फर्नीचर और लाइटिंग कैटेगरी में. वी विल टॉक अबाउट मोर ऑन कलर स्टेटमेंट, फ्लूइड कॉन्टूर्स, रेट्रो रीइश्यूज, सॉफ्ट फोल्ड्स एटसेट्रा. ये आपकी स्क्रीन पे आपको दिख रहे हैं. यही टॉपिक्स हैं मोस्टली फर्नीचर और लाइटिंग में. स्टार्टिंग ऑफ विद द फर्स्ट की डायरेक्शन विच इज कलर स्टेटमेंट. बहुत थोड़ा है ये. सो हाउ कैन यू एड एक्शन टू दिस डायरेक्शन, मतलब हाउ विल यू एक्चुअली ब्रिंग इट इनटू एक्शन. So try to inject color into a everyday very basic item as well as to limited edition designs. Try to experiment with matte finish to create a softer look, and also include unusual shades to update core designs. The next direction is about fluid contours. Again, try to incorporate statement pieces with smooth swaying shapes and wavy serpentine-like details. वही जो हमने बताया था ripples हैं या नहीं है. ये chair के बारे में हमने काफी बात करी थी जनवरी वाले ट्रेंड सेशन में, if you remember. इसमें हमने ये डिजाइन इटालियन डिजाइनर की है ये, और काफी हमने स्कैल्पिंग और कैसे टेक्सचर्ड वुड और काफी बात करी थी इसके बारे में. The next key direction is retro reissues. This was an original inspiration for many contemporary oversized and full volume furniture styles जो usually US में मिलता है. And again, to recapitulate, this trend can be actioned by referring to the archives and remaking classic styles of furniture and lamps. बहुत classic है, no brainer है. Size आपने बड़ा रखना है, shapes आपने simple रखनी है, colors आपने safe रखने हैं. तो कम्युनिकेशन होगा हिस्ट्री ऑफ क्लासिक डिजाइन्स के साथ टू कनेक्ट विद द कंज्यूमर्स हु आर सीकिंग ऑथेंटिसिटी. नेक्स्ट अप वी हैव सॉफ्ट फोल्ड्स. अगेन इसके बारे में भी मुझे याद है हमने काफी बात करी थी. ये जो हमने ये वाले डिजाइन्स काफी कॉमनली भी देखे हैं, एंड दे आर गोइंग टू बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग रैप्ड एलिमेंट्स टू सॉफ्टन द हार्ड वुड्स. मतलब सॉफ्टनेस लेके आएंगे. ट्राई टू यूज अ लॉट ऑफ फोल्डिंग डिटेल्स, जैसे हम वो जापानीज ओरिगामी करते हैं, फोल्डिंग ऑफ पेपर, वैसे वाले डिजाइन की तरीके से सोचें और उस हिसाब से डेंसली पैडेड अपहोल्स्ट्री विद अ लॉट ऑफ फोल्ड्स जो कि इन्विजन हो, अकॉर्डिंगली आप अपने प्रोडक्ट्स बनाएं. नेक्स्ट अप आर आर रस्टिक एंड रिफाइंड डिजाइंस. अगेन स्ट्रीमलाइनिंग है इनमें बहुत. They are creating a very minimal aesthetic which is embracing softly sculpted silhouettes and raw materials. मतलब इसमें हमने बात करी थी कि हम जो नेचुरल इफेक्ट है किसी भी मटेरियल का, हम उसको निकाल के लेके आ रहे हैं, ना कि हम उस पर कोई और कलर चढ़ा रहे हैं या कोई और फिनिश चढ़ा रहे हैं. अगर वुड है तो वुड का ग्रेन दिखाने की बात करी थी हमने इसमें, जो भी नेचुरली होती हैं चीजें. फिर नेक्स्ट अप वी स्पोक अ लॉट अबाउट सस्टेनेबिलिटी. And we also spoke how it was the front runner of consumer spending into 2022, and how there will be an increased consumer spending on making use of waste, जिसमें कि everybody would like to go after, or everybody would like to seek on how to reuse the waste. Next up is our artisan's hand, which is increasingly about seeking products with a meaning, story, and inherent value. And you can apply this direction across the board, especially when details are kept to a minimum or handcrafted molds are being used. फिर अगेन हम अपने amorphous forms वाले डिजाइन्स पे आ गए हैं, जहाँ पे अगेन relaxed shapes हैं, modern statement pieces बन पा रहे हैं उससे. There is a lot of experimentation happening between plush and hard materials, which is creating a very unique and tactile experience. Next up, we have dry tactility, under which a lot of porous and matte surfaces are giving furniture and lighting an organic look. And our last direction is all about awesome statements, where there is a lot of exuberant aestheticism, which is bringing kind of a bold personality and a dynamic sense of fun to furniture and lighting. And with that, we come to the end of trends for interiors. After this, we are going to move on to the section which will be looking more at accessories, especially handbags, followed by jewelry. So, you should pay attention, because we are, again, I'm reiterating that we are covering a wide base of trends under accessories today. So starting with bags, let's first look at colors, uske baad finishes, and then we will look at key points on how to update classic pieces for spring summer 2023. Okay, so number one, we are looking at the parchment colors. There is a lot of, as you can see on the screen, shapes देख सकते हैं आप. Again, imagery के through हमने explain करने की कोशिश करी है. It is about neutral colors. It has been increasing on social media. The clicks on this have been increasing. The buying behavior of people in terms of buying beiges and browns is coming back. So there is a fresh take on neutrals, and this obviously, as you can see, works very, very well with leather. नेक्स्ट जो हमारा कलर है, जो बीच में कुछ साल पहले मुझे बहुत अच्छे से याद है, काफी काफी फेमस हुआ था, विच इज कॉल्ड बर्न्ट ऑरेंज. तो इट सिट्स वेल विद द कोर शेड्स ऑफ ब्राउन. बर्न्ट ऑरेंज एक अर्दी फील लेके आता है. इट्स अ कलर ऑफ द फॉल. abroad if you talk, orange is actually associated with the color of the fall. And although the data shows this color should not be used in bigger bags, मतलब थोड़ा छोटे स्मॉल या मिनी हैंडबैग्स या मीडियम साइज हैंडबैग्स में ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा ये. थर्ड टॉप कलर इज स्प्रिंग ग्रीन्स. एज यू कैन सी अगेन, मतलब तीनों कलर्स जो है ये हमारे अर्दी टोन की तरफ है. इट्स ऑल अबाउट नेचर. So the fastest growing categories across green accessories has also included these new season bags. So emerald green has seen a continuous growth on social media, the mention of emerald green color. Moving on, हमारे अगले colors हैं bubble gum pink, more for youth and luxury market and subtle statements. फिर denim blue है, चाहे वो denim covered accessories हो या shades of chambray हो या color working as an all-rounding with a particular focus हो. और फिर next of course हमारे पास जो तीसरी column में आप देख रहे हैं, ये हमारा color of the year है digital lavender, which is again more for youth market, as bold lilac is actually gaining entry into volumes for the luxury segment. तो ये भी एक काफी important color है lilac. इसमें आप देखेंगे थर्ड जो इमेज है, इसमें एक्चुअली काफी बड़ा बैग दिखाया है. सो you can actually move with this color to making bigger size bags also. तो आप इस एक्चुअली ये बबल गम पिंक, डेनिम ब्लू और डिजिटल लैवेंडर तीनों कलर्स अगर आप देखेंगे, दे आर मोर इन द टोट बैग साइड. जैसे जो पहले वाली स्लाइड थी वो छोटे या मीडियम साइज बैग्स हैं, यहाँ पे मीडियम टू बिग साइज बैग्स हैं. The other way to update is seasonless color combinations यूज करें. वो 6 कलर्स तो थे जो बिल्कुल सीजनल थे. आप मोनोक्रोम तो हमेशा चलेगा ही चलेगा. इट ऑफर्स लॉन्जेविटी टू अ प्रोडक्ट. फिर हमारे मेटालिक न्यूट्रल्स आते हैं. कंज्यूमर्स कुछ होते हैं जो बहुत क्लासी कंज्यूमर्स रहते हैं, जो आपके लॉयलिस्ट हैं किसी ब्रांड के. दे फील कंफर्टेड बाय न्यूट्रल्स, गोल्ड एंड ब्रॉन्जेस. उनको वही कलर्स चाहिए, मतलब अपने, ताकि वो हर एक उनके ड्रेस के साथ चले. फैशन जो है विच आर ऑलवेज इन फैशन. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये कभी भी आउट ऑफ फैशन जाएंगे. और फिर क्रॉक लेदर, मतलब क्रॉक पैटर्न, क्रोकोडाइल पैटर्न लेदर का काफी फैशन चला है. हर तरीके की ब्रांड्स, चाहे वो छोटी हो, बड़ी हो या लग्जरी हो, everybody is talking about patent croc. There is a lot of use of textured gloss, etc. So there are designer brands such as Michael Kors and Gucci who are releasing patent croc textures on classic bag shapes. Moving on, ट्रैवल वापस खुल गया है. सारी दुनिया ट्रैवल कर रही है. एयरपोर्ट्स में जगह नहीं है खड़े होने की, लाइंस लंबी से लंबी होती जा रही हैं. तो इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब ये है कि बीच बैग्स आपके काफी डिमांड में आने वाले हैं. देयर आर गोइंग टू बी अ लॉट ऑफ सिलुएट्स एंड कलरवेज. अंडर आर्म शेप बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगी. बकेट स्टाइल्स आर गोइंग टू बिकम प्रोमिनेंट. मिनी बैग्स हैं, ओकेजन्स राइज हो रही हैं, वेडिंग्स आ रही हैं, फेस्टिव सीजन है. तो एवरीथिंग वी आर कमिंग बैक टू द न्यू नॉर्मल. तो मिनी बैग्स हैं जिसमें आपका सिर्फ एक नेसेसरी आइटम्स आ जाएं, and they are like novelty items. Party ready styles हैं. They are cementing the continued relevance of press worthy mini bags, also called micro bags. तो वो तरीके की अब के काफी प्रोडक्ट्स चलने वाले हैं. फिर जो हमारा नेक्स्ट हैंडबैग ट्रेंड है, that is about everyday underarm. तो आपके शोल्डर बैग स्टाइल ज्यादा लंबे होने की बजाय, स्लिंग होने के बजाय, they will just be up till your elbow, ताकि आपके आर्म के नीचे आ जाए. They are shrunken down shapes in a very springy color palette, and this is actually reinvigorating the category. So इसमें try looking for silhouettes that fits neatly under the arm, allowing structured shapes and playful designs to shine. तो इसमें स्पेसिफिक शेप्स हैं, जैसे बैगेट कोई शेप है, सिलेंडर्स है, ऑब्लॉन्ग शेप्स हैं. दोज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. We will now quickly look at some of the core classic styles of handbag and how you can update the range for spring summer 23. So starting off with classic tote bag, in line with the needs of travel, try to opt for a larger structure that provides ample storage. एंड इंक्लूड्स वेरियस इनर एंड आउटर कंपार्टमेंट्स, मतलब बहुत सारी जिप्स हो, बहुत सारी पॉकेट्स हो। एक तो वो तरीके का बैग हो सकता है। बीच में बिल्कुल एक डंप बैग टाइप आया था जिसमें आप सब चीजें डंप कर ले, एक बड़ी पॉकेट होती थी बस, और कोई पॉकेट ही नहीं होती थी। इनफैक्ट ऊपर मेन जिप भी नहीं होती थी। वो अब फिर से चेंज हो रहा है, लोगों को फिर से पॉकेट्स का आ गया है, बाहर एक जिप हो फोन रखने के लिए, लेट्स से इतनी बड़ी हो कि आजकल फोन भी बड़े आ गए हैं, तो वो भी ध्यान में रखिए कि आपके फोन बड़े हैं तो आपकी एटलीस्ट एक पॉकेट इतनी हो कि उसमें फोन आ जाए, लेकिन वो बहुत हैंडी भी हो, लाइक यू नो इमीडिएटली आप निकाल भी लें उसको। Try to opt for classic browns and neutrals that offer trans-seasonal appeals. फिर नेक्स्ट अप हमारा टॉप हैंडल बैग है। मतलब इसमें आप मिनिमलिस्टिक डिजाइन और ब्रांडिंग, हेरिटेज ब्रांडिंग का ध्यान रखें। ट्राई टू मिक्स नेचुरल मटेरियल्स विद लेदर फॉर स्प्रिंग समर ड्रॉप्स, और ऑप्ट फॉर मैट लेदर्स फॉर अ ईयर राउंड अपील। इसमें कलर ब्लॉकिंग भी कर सकते हैं, जैसे ये फोर्थ इमेज में दिखाई है, फर्स्ट इमेज में दिखाई है। बास्केटरी भी यूज कर सकते हैं, थोड़ी सी टेक्सचर ऐड कर दीजिए। हेक्सागोनल शेप है तो शेप ऐड कर दीजिए। तो इसको इंटरेस्टिंग बनाने के बहुत तरीके हैं। देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन दैट कैन हैपन। फिर नेक्स्ट अप हमारा क्रॉस बॉडी बैग है। अगेन मतलब नो ब्रेनर है, इसमें आप कलर्स यूज करें, एक एक्सटर्नल पॉकेट हो, क्लासिक सैडल एंड कैमरा शेप्स जो देखने में आई हैं वो बड़ी अच्छी चल रही है आजकल प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट में। देयर इज अ राइज इन पर्सनलाइजेशन। ट्राई टू हैव अ क्रिएटिव टच विद अल्फाबेट काइंड ऑफ अ हार्डवेयर, रादर देन जैसे हुक बनाना है तो एस शेप में बना दें या किसी अल्फाबेट शेप में बना दें। सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी that is something that is going to create differentiation into a product. And lastly we have the bucket bag, which has enjoyed a steady demand. मतलब ये तो काफी टाइम से चल रहा है, और इसमें बहुत तरीके के closures हैं, whether it is a like a drawstring kind of a closure or a hook closure or like a like a flap up closure. So it is now ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग इनटू अ कोर आइटम। पहले ये हाई फैशन आइटम था, अब से ये इतनी डिमांड इसकी बढ़ गई है दैट इट इज एक्चुअली बिकम अ कोर आइटम। सो ट्राई इन्वेस्टिंग इन दिस विद मैट फिनिश लेदर्स एंड मिनिमलिस्टिक हार्डवेयर। एंड विद दिस वी कम टू एन एंड ऑफ द हैंडबैग ट्रेंड, and now we are moving on to the final section of our presentation, which is the jewelry trend for spring summer 23. Starting off with colorful enamel, this trend can be utilized as a base for all the markets, marked as a higher price point novelty item. So premium, luxury, playful motifs, bold shapes के बारे में बात करें, वो try to add those new naughties nostalgia करके एक है, एक whimsical trend, मतलब fast fashion, you can go all out with the kind of designs. एंड हम एक्चुअली देख भी रहे हैं, मतलब काफी डिफरेंट तरीके की ज्वेलरी और डिजाइन जो है मार्केट में आजकल मिल रहे हैं, और आगे भी मिलने की काफी उम्मीद है। फिर पर्ल्स है हमारे क्विंटेसेंशियल आइटम है, शिमरिंग कलर पैलेट है, इरिडिसेंट फिनिशेस के बारे में बात होती है यहाँ पे, अनइवन शेप्स के बारे में बात होती है, फॉर अ नेचुरल स्कल्प्टेड काइंड ऑफ अ लुक टू गिव दैट नेचुरलिज्म टू इट। year on year growth है इसमें। this is a rising new season of necklaces जिसमें बहुत सारी pearls चल रहे हैं। अगर आपने अभी follow करा होगा the queen के time पे, मतलब everybody was actually trying to wear pearl, मतलब everybody had actually worn pearl। तो वो pearl के साथ diamond mixed है या pearl के साथ gold mixed है, तो pearl is going to come back in a big way। मतलब in fact market में I'd also seen that there was a launch of one of the luxury brands जिसमें उन्होंने बहुत काफी बड़े pearl के earrings दिए थे as studs। So that is also quite interesting। Then alongside pearl में we have artisanal design, जिसमें नेचुरल स्टोन्स और शेल्स को काफी फेवर करा जा रहा है अक्रॉस ज्वेलरी कैटेगरीज। तो आप जैसे यहाँ पे देखेंगे एक फ्लिम्जी सी रिंग में भी एक स्टोन लगाया हुआ है नेचुरल फिनिश के लिए, ईयरिंग में स्टोन लगाया हुआ है, ब्रेसलेट में वो एमरल्ड और एमेथिस्ट टाइप के स्टोन्स लगे हुए हैं। तो दिस इज एक्चुअली, सो इफ द पीपल हियर एंड द ऑडियंस हियर नो दैट रेकी में और किसी एक तरह की स्पिरिचुअल हीलिंग में ये स्टोन्स काफी यूज होते हैं। तो दिस इज लिटरली गिविंग giving a direction that the consumers are going to be more sentimental, and there is going to be a lot of wellness influenced attitude towards jewelry pieces. So natural stones जो है वो काफी tie up होते हैं इस trend को. And the next trend is all about chain links. ये हम काफी टाइम से देखते हुए आ रहे हैं. मतलब chains थे, multiple chains, stackable chains, oversized chain details, functional strapping, bags में chains use हो रही है, तो वो हमारा continue होगा trend. So apart from working well in statement jewelry, this is also adapted to, like I said, functional hardware में आजकल तो वो भी चला है. Mask है तो वो that mask chain जिसको बोलते हैं, वो भी चेन स्टाइल में आ रही है, काफी चंकी चेन्स में, एंड इट लुक्स प्रीटी गुड अगर उसको लेदर के साथ मैच करा जाए, या ये जो हमने स्टोन्स की बात करी थी वैसा वाला कोई मटेरियल डाला जाए सिंथेटिक, तो इट्स अ न्यू थिंग दैट कैन कम इन. इवन शू बकल्स में यूज कर सकते हैं अगर आप किसी को अगर आप हार्डवेयर एक्सपोर्टर हैं तो एज अ हार्डवेयर शू बकल्स में भी ये चीज काफी यूज होती है. Moving on, our next trend is going to appeal a lot to the young group of millennials जो अभी 30s में आने वाले हैं या late 20s में हैं. For this trend, try to bring out the child in you when you are actually designing it or making it. So इसमें colorfulness का काफी वो है, motives का काफी है. जैसे ये छोटे बच्चों को के लिए मतलब ये सोचें कि उनके लिए बना रहे हैं, but actually ये millennials भी काफी पहन रहे हैं ये चीजें. So it's all about colorful enamel. Again, focus on your upcycled and dead stock material जिसको आप ऐसे यूज कर सकते हैं, काफी सालों से पड़ा है. Rubberized finishes हैं, और उनको जब enamel के साथ mix करते हैं ना तो बड़े strangely beautiful textures निकल के आते हैं. So beading is also an important aspect for this trend. And moving on, the next is about beachy beads. मतलब जो beach पे हम hippie culture जिसको हम बोलते थे हमारे यहाँ, उस टाइप की चीजें काफी देखने को मिलेंगी, जिसमें वेकेशन को एक बेस थीम लिया गया है. अगेन ये इससे है बिकॉज ट्रैवल इज ओपन, लोग 2 साल से कहीं गए नहीं, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू गो आउट टू अ बीच और टू अ वेकेशन. अब ये सारे वेकेशन आइटम्स हैं एज यू कैन सी. इसमें कुछ आइटम्स ऐसे हैं जो ये यंग लोग द यंग पीपल वुड लाइक टू वेयर टू वर्क आल्सो, सो दैट इज आल्सो अ अपॉर्चुनिटी हियर. नेक्स्ट हम आते हैं बेल्ट्स पे. चेन बेल्ट्स आप सबको पता है, इट इज अनदर होल्ड आउट फ्रॉम लेट 90s, जिसमें चेन बेल्ट इज अपीयरिंग ऑन कैटवॉक्स वंस अगेन. अभी इनको लग्जरी ब्रांड्स लेके आए हैं, जैसे वी हैव सीन ऑन कैटवॉक्स, वी हैव सीन Chanel, Gucci, Jacquemus, who have actually got this chain belts back into fashion, and the look is mostly for occasion wear. तो ये फेस्टिव कैप्सूल्स में यूज हो रही हैं, और आजकल तो काफी फैशन चल गया है बेल्ट्स का. और इसके अलावा जो नेक्स्ट है फॉर मोर फैशन फॉरवर्ड काइंड ऑफ आइटम, इट इज कॉल्ड अ बेली चेन. तो ये भी चेन बेल्ट से ही उठ के आया है ट्रेंड, मोर फॉर द यूथ मार्केट एंड फॉर वेकेशन यूज. सो क्रॉप टॉप्स काफी चल रहे हैं आजकल, क्रॉप टॉप्स, लो वेस्ट जीन्स, उसके साथ ये एक ज्वेलरी एक्सेसरी चल रही है विच इज लाइक अ बेली चेन. इसमें बहुत सारे एम्बेलिशमेंट, चार्म्स, हार्ट्स, ऐसी चीजें भी लगाई जा सकती हैं. Our second last direction for today is the evening choker set, as you can see here. Again, bada party wear, this is like a party wear piece, and the designs are going to embrace diamante and pearl styles. There is a leveraging of opportunity for higher price point chokers within fine jewelry assortments, and increased value at mass by layering chokers. So layers काफी चलेंगी. And last but not the least, we have orbs, which are oversized orbs, which are again trying to see the relevance of utilizing pearls and beads, evolving to oversized iterations of refined statement appeal. So that brings us to the end of today's presentation, and I would now leave the floor open to questions, please. We have have a question from Mr. Grover who says how long the presentation will last. Mr. Grover, you just got through with it. It lasted for about a good 50 minutes. What are the new trends for canvas bags? Amla, would you like to answer?
Fine. Here, I'll support you.
Sorry. Do you want me to answer it?
Pardon me with my voice. I'm actually unwell. So, Urvashi, you can answer, and if there is anything to add, I will.
Okay, absolutely. All right. So I will just show you this here. Yeah. So I'm just trying to pull out the slides for you wherein we spoke about canvas bags. Maybe you missed it. So for canvas bags, this is what we spoke about. This kind of a bag can also be made in canvas as well as in patent leather. It is all about having lots of pockets, like we mentioned, having some customization in terms of printing or a motif, and larger bags. तो बड़े size के देखें canvas bags तो travel में काफी अच्छे use होते हैं, plus they are washable also, so they would definitely be better than they would be better adapted than leather bags perhaps. Like even Christian Dior has a bag in canvas, yeah, the classic Christian Dior tote bag. Yeah.
As far as I understand the intention behind asking this question, first of all the participants, I'm sorry for my voice. I visited the doctor. I'm going back home. So I'm sorry for the noises behind me also. Do on canvas, which is when participants are playful, because people are about sale materials like nothing like it. But looking at your question was in the print of it or the finishing of it, then yes, please keep it water washed. उसके ऊपर कोई extra treatment मत करिए. And please use the kind of prints that were shown in the presentation. You will be very, very safe. All right. I hope this answers your question. And if there is anything, you can still ask in another question, and I'll try and answer you.
There's another question which says, please suggest jar and packaging trends for candle and home fragrance industry. This is from an anonymous attendee. I would like to tell you that that is a completely separate category for which, we do have trends, but for today's presentation, this was not in the topic that was briefed to us. Therefore, we did not cover it. But there is a complete seasonal gifting and packaging trends that WGSN has. For now, you can take inspiration from the slide which is there on your screen. Apart from trend, what will be the color palettes for spring summer 23 for fashion jewelry? See, like I said, there is a lot about, this is from Mr. Sachin Kapoor. Like I just mentioned, that there is a lot of pearls that is going to happen, a lot of natural stones which are going to be used as materials. Then there would be rubberized finishes. So colors, unke, you can look at, the colors are actually ranging from whites to the brighters for the youth market. So depending on which market you cater to, that you can actually use those colors. You can also see that we've completely covered the entire gamut of colors. So fashion jewelry is one category where a lot of gold and diamond combination, a lot of gold and pearl combination, or a diamond and pearl combination. So whites. Then of course, youth market ke liye we spoke a lot about chain stacking. So those colors are also there. Then there is a lot of earthy tones, a lot of vacational beachy vibes that are coming in. So I think all the colors are safe colors. Loris Jain wants to ask a question. Yes, Loris, you can type it and I will answer it. Mr. Lokesh Soni, I just mentioned the main colors to be followed in the jewelry category. For more information, please try and speak to Amla once she's back in office. For home textiles and furnishing division, HOPT and company, sir, वो हमारी presentation का सबसे बड़ा part था. ये presentation आपको मिलेगी. First part में about 15 slides are only on textile and furnishing division. So that you can check when the presentation is available to you. Ms. Jain, Ms. Loris Jain, how can I use the mic? I think that is disabled by the organizer. So you may type your question and I will try my best to answer it. Then there is an attendee who's saying, can't hear you. I'm sorry, I think. Okay. Was that for Amla? If yes, please excuse her because she's unwell and that is why I'm taking the question.
Yeah.
Then HOPT and company, you can get this link. Please get in touch with Amla. Please get in touch with EPCH. Yeah. So they will.
All right. So this question is very normal for everyone because there are a lot of chat messages and WhatsApp messages and many messages through question and answer that whether they will get a copy of the presentation. In past practices, we have never been sharing WGSN presentation but this time, like Ushvarshi has just mentioned, that they will be giving a copy of the presentation as soon as we will forward it to you.
No. I meant that you will have the recording of the presentation.
Yeah.
Copy
That
will still
be
not be there. You will have
Agreed.
the recording of the which EPCH always has. So because we're not authorized to give out the presentations if you are not a subscriber, that is the only reason.
So that's the indirect way of providing this particular presentation to our members. So that is where I'm trying to commit them that they will get a copy of the presentation, not to worry.
Yeah. So Neetu Gogoi is asking, will bamboo and cane be a good material to explore in products for lighting solutions? Yes, Neetu, of course. We've spoken a lot about, we've spoken a lot about bamboo and cane as basketry materials, and you can definitely look at exploring this material for products and lighting. Yes. Mr. Manak Talal, how are you? So home furnishing presentation, you may please get in touch with EPCH and they will be able to help you with whatever you need. Are trends related to psychedelic prints and mushroom prints still in trend? I wouldn't know this. This is, if you call our amorphous trend a psychedelic print, then yes, of course. And geometric, I think, are going to be more
but mushroom, you would wish I will is a popular to it. Butterflies would so you can if there is a buyer who is asking you for mushroom prints, or if you have that particular thing, you can explore in this exhibition because I've just seen them pretty much in Mesoyoche. So yes, you can stick to mushrooms.
Great. How does one incorporate this in wooden manufacturing? I think we've spoken a lot about it, Soumya. Once you see the recording, I think it will be even clearer on how you can incorporate this in manufacturing of wooden material. Yeah. Nandini, I don't think you can use the mic because this mic is disabled except for the moderators and presenters. So you can please get in touch. I'm sure you have contacts of Amla at EPCH. She is the head designer. You can ask her questions, and she over the years has been very, very helpful in helping exporters. So. How can I get a recording of this presentation? We've mentioned it several times. Please get in touch with EPCH and they will be able to help you with the recording.
Okay, so as of now, we had 74 participants and we had nearly 120 participants who attended the this seminar. And whichever email address you had logged in from, that particular email address will receive an email by tomorrow with a recording. So I would humbly request you that if there is any technical question to ask for, please raise that question. If you're only raising a question asking for the recording of the presentation, that has already been committed and will be definitely emailed to you from the registered email address. So I just hope that we make this very clear for all the participants that no one will be left out. All 120 participants of this particular seminar will be getting a copy.
Yeah, I think we are done with the session now. Or is there anything else that anybody wants to ask?
Urvashi, I think
Yeah.
you have answered all the questions. No more
Yes,
questions.
I have answered all the questions. No more questions.
Okay. So as Amla and you have said, you are going to share the copy of the video recording with all the participants. Around over 100 participants are there, right?
Yes.
So if there aren't any other questions, we can thank all the panelists and especially WGSN and all the participants who have joined us. I hope that the talk given by Urvashi would add to their knowledge of the trends and forecasts. And we'll meet soon again with another session on trends and forecasts. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Urvashi.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.